Hey everybody, welcome to Video Game Corner. I'm Dakotas, and today I'm going to be doing another one of them pesky pickup videos. But I got some good stuff last weekend, and I just had to share because some of this stuff I got really cheap, and I don't know why, but I'll throw little stories in as I do it. So, let me start off. I ended up... These aren't video game related, but I've been looking for them. I went over to the Salvation Army here in Porterville, and I got the Fellowship of the Ring, Return of the King, the special editions, and I paid $3.84 for one and $5.34 for the other. So it was a pretty good price, and everything's here, and they're in good shape, and it's not video game related, but, you know, I've been looking for them. All I need now is 2 towers, and I'll have the complete set, and I've been looking for these for a while. Because I have them on the regular DVD, but I wanted the special edition sets. I also went over to one of the local thrift shops. I deal with these guys, Mike and Dakota, and I found Doom 3 for the Xbox. Now, I'm not a big first-person shooter guy. I don't really like them that much. But I really like the case on this, and I thought it was pretty cool. And it has Doom 1, 2, and 3 in it. And I tried it out, and it wasn't that bad. You know, I'm like I said, I'm not a big first person fan, but it was kind of fun. I kind of like, you know, I just kind of like the case more than anything. I just thought it was cool. It had the nice metal case, so it was pretty cool. I paid $5 for it. I was talking to my dad on the phone the other day, and he lives in Las Vegas, and I live in Porterville, California, which is about on the map. They're about even. And he says, "Oh, I'm going into a thrift shop." I said, "Oh, hey, while you're in there, check out, see if they have any video games." So he goes and he looks. And for $5, he ends up finding me Sonic 3. And it's in pretty decent shape. The sticker is... It's got one little it's not ripped or anything. It's got a little, it's coming up a little bit, just barely. But it's pretty cool for the Genesis, you know, Sonic 3. I have 1 and 2, and then I have Sonic and Knuckles, the little add-on cart. So, now I have all 3 Sonics for the Genesis, so I'm a happy camper. We went ahead, my girlfriend and I, also over there at Mike and Dakotas, I got the Hot Wheels 60s Batmobile. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm a big Batman fan, as I have the... Batman tattoo on my leg, along with my Thundercats tattoo. Ho! So, anyway, Thundercats, Batman have nothing to do with each other. I just figured I'd show off my 2 tattoos. I actually want to get a Predator tattoo right here of that logo I have for my channel. And then over here I wanted to do an alien, and I wanted the body to be here and have the tail go around my shoulder blade and then have his head go down into my chest. So... it's just an idea. While I was out at the swap meet, I found a original Game Boy. It's my first original Game Boy. I'm not a fan of the Game Boy because I'm just not a fan of the green and black or green and whatever colors these are. I paid $3 for it, so I got it for a really good price. Now, the beauty of this is, a lot of times they're missing the back battery cover. This one had it. And the screen has got some glue on it, they had some trouble with it coming loose. And when I turned it on, I had to fiddle with it and tap it a few times, but I did get it working, and it's working perfect now. So I'm a happy camper on that one. So, I also found a Ghost Rider at a yard sale. It was $1. Also at Mike and Dakota's, they call this thrift store garage sale, guys. It's this, looks like a storage unit, but it's this little place behind an antique shop, and they built this, and it's in an alley. And they're only open 2 days a week for 6 hours. The guy that owns it, Mike, he's retired, and he just does it to keep busy. And Dakota's a younger guy, he's in his 20s. And Dakota, you know, he's into gaming and stuff, so we're always talking about this kind of stuff. But... Dakota, for $10, I ended up picking up from Dakota Atari 2600. It didn't have the power cord; it had the TV adapter. Power cords for this, I have extras, and the on and off switch is kind of touchy. You got to kind of fiddle with it. But it'll be kind of a fall. I'll open it up and get my soldering iron and see what I can do. It might be a fun little project, or I can find the replacement parts. But for $10 for an Atari, and it came with the paddles, and I also have some games. I also got an HDMI cord for $1. That's always handy dandy. So I got the paddles. It didn't come with controllers, but I have a bunch. I have some extra controllers. I have extra paddles too. I don't really need them. The games I got were, let's see, I got good old-fashioned Pac-Man, First Dig Dug, Haunted House, Sword Quest Earthworld. I was kind of looking for that one. Now if I could just find the other ones they have out there. Lost Luggage. 9 Telegames. It's got Hangman. Combat. Classic. Human Cannonball. Centipede for the 7800 was in here. I need to get me a 7800 one of these days. Joust. And Video Checkers, because you gotta play checkers on a video game, otherwise, hell, I don't know. Who the hell knows? Alright, so, here's a cool thing. I go to this swap meet in Selma, and there's this guy out there that kind of bugs me. He's always trying to rip people off, and he's always trying to rip me off. He tries to charge $8 for NES games, like common NES games that are worth $2 or $3. And he's kind of a jerk about it. I was going to buy a broken Nintendo from him, and I offered him like $10 for it. Because I had to refurbish it and put a new pin connector and pull the lockout chip, disable lockout chip. Just do a lot of work. And all it had was a controller, and the it had the controller and the deck. It didn't have the TV adapter or the plug. And he's like, all right, I can sell this, I kept calling the controller the remote. I can sell the remote for $5. I was like, I'll give you 10. He wanted to charge me 15. I was like, I don't even know if it doesn't even work. You don't even know if it works. He's like, he didn't have anything to test it. So I offered him 10, and I was like, I pick them up for $5 or $10 all over the place. And, he didn't want to sell it, so he kind of bugged me. But, and then when we went back later that day on our way out, he was telling Freddie and I sold it for $40, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, so you ripped someone off for $40? Great business practice you got there, buddy. Well, I kind of had a little bit of a victory the other day. I go up there, and he's got Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. It doesn't have the case, but it's got a nice condition, the disc in there. It's in pretty decent shape, light scratching. And Wind Waker. And with the case and everything, and of course the disc it's got the manual and a disc with very light scratching, your normal wear and tear type thing. I ask him how much these are. He says, I want $5 each. I'm like, okay, no problem. Now, if any of you have ever looked these up on eBay, now the last time I sold a Wind Waker on eBay, I used Turbo Lister, and I was listing like 20 auctions, and before the auctions had finished uploading, this had sold within 10 minutes for $36 with the buy it now. This goes for between, $35, $45. Easy 36. I've done it twice now. And I just thought it was kind of funny, this guy who's out there doing it, and he doesn't realize that these games are worth more than his $8 NES games. Now, Twilight Princess, they remade it on the Wii, but the GameCube version's worth about $30 to $40. Pretty awesome. I got about $70 to $80 worth of stuff for $10 right here. And the guy was a jerk, so it kind of makes, it's that, makes you feel pretty good when you can kind of get one over on someone like that who tries to screw people. So, yay for me. Let's move on. I ended up, I met with this guy Richard, who we were going to do a trade for some PS1 stuff, and He also had an Atari 1050, which is the floppy disk add-on, I think, for the Atari 800. I'm not 100%, but I know it's a floppy disk add-on. I'm actually going to give this to Gamester 81 when I go back to Arizona next month and visit Ace Salieri. I already told John I'm going to give it to him because, he collects all those, if you guys ever seen his channel, he collects the really rare systems and all this weird, or not weird, but all this unique and rare video game consoles. And when I asked him about the 1050, he didn't know much about it, which leads me to believe he doesn't have it. So I said, I'm going to give you this because I don't need it, and it's his thing, so I'm just going to give it to him. But anyway, I did a trade, and I gave this guy, Shadowrun for the Super Nintendo, a Genesis with a bunch of games. They were like sports games and then the common games, nothing expensive. Super Mario World and Legend of Zelda 2 Link. And what he gave me was the Atari 1050, and it's got the old real floppy disks from the 80s and the early 90s. It's kind of a neat little machine. But you see it says Atari 1050. And I got a buttload of PS1 games. So, in this PS1 set, and I have some of these, so I'm thinking about trading or selling a couple of them. I've got Resident Evil Director's Cut, 10-Pin Alley bowling game, Final Fantasy IX, the Black Box Edition. Now, this game here wasn't originally in the original trade, but he threw it in because he had an extra one, and it's Final Fantasy IX Greatest Hits version. That's the one I'm going to end up selling, because I have 3 copies of Final Fantasy IX now, and it's like funny because like a month ago I had 0 copies. Just, that's how it works sometimes. So, I'm gonna trade that one. I've got Final Fantasy Tactics, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. I've got Resident Evil 2. And this is funny. He was saying these were missing discs. Now, he gave me a copy of Vagrant Story Black Box. Now, it's not missing the game. The game is only 1 disc and it's in there. It's missing the music CD, and this is the one I'm going to end up selling or trading, depending on what I do. And a copy of Alundra, which is awesome. I'm keeping this. Now he thought the game was missing in this. But now what it is in the first disc, this here, there's no disc that goes here. There's actually there's no like hub where the disc to clip on, and it says PlayStation here instead. And we didn't realize that at first till I got home and started looking at it. And it's got the big nice book with the embossed, it's all embossed right here. The Alundra manual, and then on the back you have the disc, and it's a really nice little set. I just wish that there wasn't a crack along the front, but no big deal. Maybe I can find another outer cover and I can replace all this stuff, because all this stuff comes apart if you do it right. So it was kind of a cool little setup, and I got all of that as part of the trade with those Genesis games and stuff. Now, here's a really cool thing. I found out there's a used video game store in Tulare, California. Now, I live in Porterville, and then about 30 miles northwest is a town called Tulare and Visalia. They're next to each other. And that's where pretty much everybody, those are the major towns in the area I live in. I live in a little tiny town of, 50,000 people. And then up in Tulare and Visalia, there's about 150 to 200,000 people living in that area. And that's big for out here. It's not like where I'm from, Las Vegas, where, we had a couple million, like 1.5 to 2 million people. And so, anyway, this lady, she had decent prices. She mostly had newer games. It was this little mom and pop shop. And after buying these, I don't think she really knew what she was doing. She had, like Donkey Kong Country for $15, and she had like a couple like Super Nintendo games. She didn't have a lot. She only had like 10 Super Nintendo games and like 4 NES games, but she had like 360 and PS3 games. She had a lot of that stuff. She had like a stack of PS1 games, but nothing I was looking for. So I picked up some stuff, and her prices were on the other stuff that I was looking for that I ended up buying. Some of these games were more expensive than the games she was actually charging the right price for. So here's an example. I got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for $4. It goes for about $17 on eBay. That's what it's selling for. No big deal, right? You know. Here's Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. She charges $9.99 for it. It's like a $25 game, and it's in like flawless condition. Well, I can't take... Nope, that's not a ding. That's just a little piece of paper on there. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's beautiful condition. Here's the thing. It's not perfect, but The Adventures of Batman and Robin for the Super Nintendo. She charged me $7 for this. It didn't have a price. This is like a $35 to $40 game, $30 to $40 game. It's right in that range, and that's what she charged me, and I was like, huh? And I knew it was worth a little bit, and I knew it wasn't $7, and she charged me $7 because she thought it was just some little kiddie game, some Batman game. Okay, I bought that, and then here's the gem of everything, Sunset Rider. She charged me $6 for this. Now it's got some damage right here. You can maybe see it on under here on the sticker. The sticker's not perfect. It's got like I don't know, maybe some water damage a little bit, but it's not bad. The game's in good shape. The game works. These in good condition. They go for like $45, $45 to $50. I could probably get $30 to $40 for it in the condition it's in because, you know, it's Sunset Riders and it's not a common game at all. And she charged me $6 for it. When I saw it and I was like, oh, how much for Sunset? I was thinking she's going to charge me $30 or $40. And she says $6. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. So I just started buying all this stuff up. And it was just an unbelievable Sunday. I mean, I got all this stuff. Everything I got was pretty much nice quality stuff for the most part. And the prices I paid were way lower. Oh, I also had one more game, and I don't see it over here, but I ended up getting, for $4, I got the Genesis version of Ghouls and Ghosts, and I don't know where it is. I think it's sitting over there. I had it, and I think it's sitting back over there somewhere. But, you know, that was another deal I got at the Swap Meet. For $4 I paid, or $3, I'm sorry, $3. Guy wanted $5, and I talked him down to $3 or $4, I don't know. Who cares, right? I looked it up. The game's like a $20 game. And I'm just like, unbelievable, the deals I got this weekend. And I thought the Swap Meet was going to be a bust because I just couldn't find anything good for the first part. I was walking around for hours, nothing. And then all of a sudden, I just kept scoring left and right. I mean, but I started out the deal with Richard on the PS1 games. I mean, I got that score right away. So I was like, I kept telling myself, well, at least I have that. But there was just this other stuff. It just kept showing up, and towards the end, and then I went to that store, and it was a pretty good day. So, if anybody's interested in the Final Fantasy 9 or the Vagrant story, I'm willing to trade. I'm actually looking for a Fatal Frame 2 for the PS2. That's what I want. Because I've been playing the first one, and it's really cool. I'm also looking for some Silent Hill games. I'm looking for Silent Hill Downpour, or Silent Hill Homecoming, or Silent Hill 4. Because what I have Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. Well, actually, I don't have number 1, but I have a modded PS1. So if you have Silent Hill 1, I'd trade that too for a real copy. But I have Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, and then I have Silent Hill. I'd even trade for Silent Hill Origins for the PS2 because I have the PSP version. And then I have the Vita, I have the Book of Memories. And then I've played Shattered Memories, which I didn't really like that game very much. I played that on my PSP. But those are the games. So basically I'm looking for Silent Hill 4, Silent Hill Homecoming for the, I think it's PS3, Silent Hill Downpour, and Silent Hill 1, if you have it. I'm looking for. I'll do some trades, or I'm looking for those, or even if you guys are just interested in buying any of these. Not any of these, but Vagrant Story or Final Fantasy IX, the Greatest Hits Edition. Send me a message, and maybe we can work some out. Or, like I said, Fatal Frame 2 I'm looking for. So, anyway, guys, it's been a pretty decent week, and things are looking up. I went and talked to. I've talked to you guys about my my disability. It's on my medication and stuff. I've been overworking myself, and I'm feeling a lot better since I've been slowing down. My doctor, he changed my medication mix for my painkillers, and they seem to be doing better mix. So I'm hoping to maybe make some more reproductions here for some of you guys that have asked me, and I'm hoping that I seem to be feeling a lot better. I've been walking and watching what I eat, and I'm starting to get my weight down again, because a year ago I weighed like 220 pounds, and now I'm like over 300 again, and my weight's just been doing this for the last 2 years because of my disease. So hopefully, now my weight's starting to work its way back down, so I'm hoping to get down, another 20-30 pounds in the next 2 months. Hopefully. I've been really watching everything, so, and then my pain levels are getting better and more under control. So anyway, guys, you guys, comment and subscribe if you guys like what you guys aren't already subscribed. You guys like my stuff, I really enjoy doing the show. I'm trying to learn more about some how to do better editing. I haven't started yet. I'm trying to learn on some other videos I'm working on. So hopefully we can do better with the channel. I hope my lighting is better. We've been working with the lighting, so if you guys notice it, please let me know. Anything. We're trying to do better with the channel, Freddie and I. So anyway, I can't think of anything else. So let's close it out. This is I'm in J-Toast. This is Video Game Corner, and I appreciate all my comments and all my subscribers and my fans and my viewers and whatever you want to call yourselves. All you guys are great, and Freddie and I both really appreciate it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.